Shalom. First, I would like to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, peace, love, and salutation to the elect Hakim out there pushing the word and truth and sincerity. And this video gonna be like a straight to the point video, if the spirit allow, about how we gonna enter into the kingdom, man. And it's only one way to enter into the kingdom, and the scriptures going to tell you that. You know what I mean? But rough like this, speaking like, man, we're not gonna be able to enter the kingdom like on some easy shit, smooth sailing. No, it's gonna be a rough ride though, to the kingdom, because how the fuck we gonna receive everything, and just smooth sail into it? No, you gotta go through some shit, so when you receive it, you appreciate it. But I'm gonna get 2nd Ezra chapter 7 verse. I'm gonna start at 1. And when I had made an end of speaking these words, there was sent unto me the angel which had been sent unto me the nights before. And this is Ezra speaking. It said, and he said unto me, Up, Ezra, and hear the words that I am come to tell thee. And I said, Speak on, my God. Then said he unto me, The sea is set in a wide place, that it might be deep and great. But put the entrance were narrow and like a river, who then can go in the sea to look upon it and to rule it. If he went not through the narrow, how could he come through the broad? Reading on. There's another thing. A city is builded and set upon a broad field, and is full of all good things. That city and that sea that it's talking about is the motherfucking kingdom, man. So it's making a comparison right now. You know what I mean? It's a parable, But I'm about to read on though. Reading verse 6 over. It said, there's another thing. There's also another thing. A city is built and set upon a broad field, and it's full of all good things. The entrance thereof is narrow, and is set in a dangerous place to fall. Like as if there were fire on the right hand, and on the left a deep water. Now that it said that the entrance thereof is narrow, that's going into the kingdom, like, you know what I mean? You got this city right here, and you got the entrance, and you got the entrance to that city as a water or fire on the right side, fire on the left. That's going into like the temptations, and you walk into this truth, like walking through the truth, trying to get to the kingdom of heaven. The temptations you go through, your trials. It's easy to fall. It's easy to fall off and go into the world. It's easy to fall off the truth from tribulation. You know what I mean? That's that fire and that water. But reading on, and one only path between them both, even between the fire and the water, so small that there could but one man go there at once. Again, working out your own salvation with fear and trembling. You a soldier, solitary in this truth. It's just gonna be you and the Most High, for real. That's what it is. He give you brothers, and that's a bonus. The water Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua for that. But reading on. If this city now were given unto a man for an inheritance, if he never shall pass the danger set before, I shall receive the inheritance. So yeah, this video is about, hey man, how we gonna receive the kingdom? Like, how is we gonna receive the kingdom? We gotta go through that straight and narrow. We gotta go through them dangers. The scriptures asked the question. He said, if this city now were given unto a man for an inheritance, which is given unto us, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, it says, if he never shall pass through the danger set before, how should we receive this inheritance? So we got to pass through the danger set before, man. What's that, man? These trials and tribulations, these demons fucking with you, laboring, what else? Persecution about to come up, Jacob's trouble, all that, those are all the dangers said before. That's how we're gonna receive the kingdom. Reading on, it says, and I said, it is so, Lord. Then say he unto me, even so also is Israel's portion. Who is Israel? You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. That's our portion. That's how we gonna receive the kingdom, by passing through that narrow, because that's the path the Lord made to the kingdom. You know, you know, a straight gate. But read on. And I said, it is so, Lord. Then say he unto me, even so also is Israel portion, because for their sakes I made the world, and when Adam transgressed my statutes, then was the decree that now is done. Then were the entrances of this world made narrow, full of sorrow and travail. They are but few and evil, full of perils and very painful. That's what we gotta go through. In order to get to the broad, which is the kingdom. Before we had everything, when he was in the when it was beginning with Adam, we was the Adamites. But when we ate that fruit, guess what happened? This was made narrow. This was the way we gonna get it now. We didn't have to get it like that back then. Well, after that, at that apple, that philosophy from the serpent, this is how we got to get it now. It said, but few and evil, full of perils and very painful, man. And it also goes on to say, for the entrances of the elder world were wide and short, and brought immortal fruit. If then they that live labor not to enter these straight and vain things, they can never receive those things that are laid up for them. So if you don't live to like do the work and to go through these trials and tribulations and its persecution, you're not gonna be able to receive the kingdom of heaven. Because that's the only way to the kingdom of heaven, man. You know what I mean? Yeah, though. Bear with me. Yeah, though. Get another scripture. That's how we gonna receive the kingdom, man. You know what I mean? That's straight gate. But bear with me. What the fuck is going on? Hold up. This is Acts chapter 14, verse starting at 22. Verse 22. Confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorted them to continue in the faith, and that we must through much tribulation enter into the kingdom of the Most High. A straight gate. Through much tribulation, we gonna enter into the kingdom of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, man. That's the only way. Again, back in 2nd Ezra, the 7th chapter, if you labor not to enter into these straight things, you could never come into the broad. Why? Because the person that created, not the person, but the power, which is Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, who created the broad, made the entrance to the broad narrow. And you could never go into the broad unless you go to the narrow, the entrance that he put up. And what's that narrow? That straight gate. And I'm about to get Matthew 7:13. Enter ye in at the straight gate, for wide is the gate, and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction, and many there be which go thereat. Let's see what straight mean. Straights mean used in reference to a situation characterized by a specified degree of trouble or difficulty. Bad, difficult situation, difficulty, trouble, crisis, predicament, a jam, a hole, a scrape. You know what I mean? So that's the gate that the Lord told us to enter at, man. That difficult gate, and that's the way. That's the narrow. The path to the kingdom. That's how we gonna get the kingdom. But also goes on to say is this: enter ye in at the straight gate, for wide is the gate and broad is the way that lead to destruction. Many there be which go thereat. Because this world think you could ice skate into the kingdom. You could just do whatever the fuck you want into the kingdom. You could sell your soul to the Illuminati and still get the kingdom. Don't give your life to the Most High. Do whatever the fuck you want. And still get the kingdom. No, that's that wide gate, man. You know what I mean? But that's that gate that leads to destruction. But what it goes on to say, 14. It says, because straight is the gate and narrow is the way which leadeth unto life, and few there be that find it. So that straight gate is the way that leadeth unto life. Because again, what it say? That that's the entrance to the kingdom, that narrow, So that straight gate, man, that is can come in many different forms. We read in the scriptures about Job, what he went through. All the prophets went through, man. They went through that tribulation, and that's what the fuck we gotta go through, man. Period. Temptation. You might get a plague. Your woman might get the fuck up with you. The Lord can give you a plague not only in your body, but He can give you a plague in your house. He can give you mice. He can give you roaches. He can give you bed bugs. But guess what? You still gotta endure through that, though. You know what I mean? Or He can give you a plague in your body. He can have your family come against you. Because when you come in the truth, that's what happened. Your family turn against you. They start calling you crazy and shit. That's that straight gate. Persecution is also coming up. It's on a low level right now where they get to talking shit. But it's gonna increase to where they actually we're gonna have to resist unto blood. That's that straight gate. But this video was about how do we get the kingdom of heaven? How will we be able to get the kingdom of heaven? And 2nd Ezra chapter 7 tell you that, that parable. And I just broke it down to you to the best of my ability. And Lord willing, it was edifying. With that, I'd like to give all praises to Yahweh, by Shemi Awashah, double honors to the apostles, the elders of Great Millstone, and peace, love, and salutation to the elect. I come out there pushing the word of truth and sincerity. Shalom.